Welcome to Learn and Go Go, the podcast. Oh, that was abrupt. It's supposed to fade out. Hey, everybody. I am Sydnee. I am your host, and I am also the author of Everything I Need to Know I Learned in Go Go, How a Preacher's Daughter Pole Danced Her Way to Finding Her True Self. And it is once again Wednesday. I am super excited to be on here with all of you guys. I see Lizzie and Luna are on here already. Yay! Thank you so much. So glad that both of you beautiful ladies are here to join us tonight. I'm hoping everybody can hear me okay, because one thing that I have noticed, which isn't as much of a big deal on this podcast, one of my channels isn't working in my ears. So hopefully you guys can hear me okay. Please let me know in the comments if you're having trouble hearing me, if I sound okay. Because I just noticed with my theme song, only one channel's working, which is so weird. I don't understand. But we also have Rebecca. Hey, everybody, wish a happy belated birthday to Rebecca. It was just her birthday. We have Mortimer, and we have Lizzie, and we have Luna, and whoever else is out there. If you're too shy to say hi, that's okay. We love you anyway. We're happy that you're here. But feel free to hop in the comments. And I always mean to say this. If you guys say something in a comment and you don't want me to put it on the screen, that's okay. Just let me know in the comment. Say, like keep private in the comment so that I can say it without posting it if you don't want it on the screen. I'm okay with that. Not everything should be out there for everybody to see. Oh my God, Babylon. It's so good to see you. Thank you for hopping on here. Awesome. That's a happy surprise. Yes. So this week, I can't believe it's been a week already since we were last here coming together on a Wednesday night for a happy hump day celebration of chit-chatting and debauchery. So for me, this week's kind of flown by. Friday was, I'm pretty sure it was this past Friday, right? Friday the 13th was only this past week. Holy shit, guys. It seems like it was a million years ago, right? Like Friday the 13th. Doesn't that seem like a lot longer than 5 days ago? But if you did anything special to celebrate the spooky day, put it in the comments. And I would love to share that with everybody. If you are superstitious, let me know what kind of superstitions you follow. I'm very superstitious. I definitely, if I drop change and a penny lands face down, I don't pick it up. That's bad luck. I'm very superstitious with, like, if I drive through a yellow light, I have to like kiss my hand and touch the roof of my truck, like keep it yellow till you go through, stuff like that. So if there's anything that you're superstitious about, definitely put it in the comments. We will start with that tonight since this past week was Friday the 13th. I love seeing everybody in the comments saying hi to each other. We have Cody, we have So Severian is here. Awesome to see you guys. This is going to be so fun. I can tell already that everything is going to be like hilarious tonight. So I'm excited. And yes, if you haven't yet picked up a copy of Everything I Need to Know I Learned in Go-Go, you can get your copy at learnedingogo.com. Just noticed I was still up there, so I figured I would point out why. But yes, good news for Lizzie. Got the fleas off of Icarus, and my dad's coming home tomorrow. Yay! So glad. That is awesome. And Kyler is here too. Tanya, yes. Keep them coming, guys. I'm so glad you're all here. Oh, we have our first superstition of the evening, which is Cody draws an X on the windshield if he sees a black cat while he's driving. I've never heard of that superstition. Is that so it doesn't come out in front of your truck or your car? Like, why? what's the meaning behind that superstition? Is it just black cats are bad luck, so you like exit out? I'm curious. Tanya says, I filled out a job application on Friday the 13th for a job I wasn't too excited about. Turns out it might be my best offer. Well, I hope that you get what you deserve if you get this job, that you get that they pay you what you're worth, which they couldn't possibly, you're priceless. But I hope that it is able to keep you going until you find a job that you might like better. But sending you love and light. Good luck for getting a job that you will definitely help you out right now. Let's see. Yes, Kyler, we are talking about superstitions for sure. So if there's anything that you are superstitious about, put it in the comments. And yes, I agree with you, Lunar Projects. They aren't bad luck. They are all, I love black cats too. So I agree with you there. I think they're awesome. I had a black cat back in the 90s. Her name was Desdemona Vivica, because I give all of my pets middle names. And she was born with just a bunny tail. She didn't have a full tail, but she wasn't a Manx. She had a tail, but it was only like that long. And when she got excited, it would be like, it was so cute. But she hated everyone. She just hid all the time. She was not a very friendly cat, but she was beautiful, and I loved her very much. Let's see. Cody says, I have bad luck while driving, so I don't take chances. I only do it driving. Okay, so is that just like to X out the bad luck? And Rebecca says black cats are the best. Let's see. Kyler stomps his feet if you can't knock on wood. I've never heard of that one. So I guess you're kind of like stomping on wood. Pretty cool. I think I heard somewhere that the knock on wood comes from like probably like the Druids, but like way back when you would knock on the trees for something with the spirit. I'm going to look it up because I'm going to mess this up and I don't want to misquote what it's actually from. Let's see here. Let me put it in origin. Rooted in ancient beliefs, particularly those involving tree spirits and luck. It's thought to stem from pagan traditions where trees were seen as homes for spirits, and knocking on wood was a way to either invoke their protection or ward off bad luck. According to historians, the practice might even be connected to the Druids. Okay, so I didn't just pull that out of my ass. There is a little bit of a connection to the Druids there. So that's why, if something happens, you knock on wood because you're like, wake up, spirit. I need your help. So let's see. Mortimer's here. He promises. You're here now, sir, until you say something and YouTube blocks you. Behave. Let's see. Babylon says, the very first thing I say on the first of the month is rabbit, rabbit, rabbit for good luck. I have heard of that one. I actually have heard of that one. Does it work? I hope it works for you. That would be awesome. Let's see. Lots of comments. Oh, Lucy's here too. Hey, Lucy Resident. I'm so glad you could make it. Cody says, I was raised around an older lady who would lose her shit if her feet were swept across with a broom. Really? Is that like, I mean, I wouldn't really want my feet to get smacked with a broom, but is that supposed to like you're sweeping the bad energy onto her? Like, I'm curious what the origin of her being upset about that was. That's pretty interesting. There's I'm trying to think of some other ones. Like obviously you're not supposed to walk under ladders or open up an umbrella inside. I don't know the origin of those. But I've heard that you shouldn't put what is it, like your shoes on a table, which to me is just fucking gross. I wouldn't do that anyway. But there's some sort of meaning about people I don't know. Some of these are so funny and they're just so old, like the origins are so old. And I find it fascinating how the mindset that brought it around was. So if anybody knows any of the origin stories of superstitions, I'd love to hear them too. And I see you, Lizzie. Was that you? Yes. All right. Lizzie got us first. Kyler gearing up for Tatiana. If you are new to this show, when anyone says Tatiana, that means you need to take a drink, take a smoke, whatever you're doing. You can drink water. We don't like force anybody to be alcoholics here. But whatever you have, take a little bit to Tatiana. And if you're not sure the origin of that story, you can check it out in Everything I Need to Know I Learned in Go-Go. There's a very funny story about me and Tatiana in there, even though it was more of me and a dude who thought I was Tatiana. So that's what started the Tatiana thing, because we do Thailand on another show, which you guys can check out on Saturday nights. So Tatiana here. Let's see. Okay, so Tanya always puts her right sock on first and the right shoe on first. I'm pretty sure I do that as well, but it's not for superstition. It's just the first one that I do. And my daughter thinks I'm weird because I do sock shoe. And she's like, what kind of like psycho killer does sock shoe? But the reason that I do is because we have two wonderful, amazing labs that shed like crazy. So if I put sock, I couldn't put my foot on the floor because then I get dog hair all over my sock before I put it in the shoe. So that's not superstition. I don't want a bunch of dog hair on my shoe. But that's why I do it. But if it's for superstitious reasons, I'd like to know why. Let's see. Oh, Babylon, I've heard of this one too. Never mess with a horseshoe if it's hanging on a nail. I remember hearing about that one too, but I don't remember what, like, is it just so it doesn't fall down and then your luck falls out? Because you're supposed to have a horseshoe up this way, I believe, so it holds the luck in, right? And you don't want it to flip over and then all your luck will fall out. So, oh, thank you. Yes, I might be ditching the hoodie, actually. It's a little warm in here, but I have my Lost Boys shirt on, one of my favorite movies of all time. Let's see. Oh, Mortimer, no worries, sweetie. Hop in and out. We know you love us, and tell Nate that we said hi. Let's see. Okay, Cody says that the woman would never say about the broom why she'd freak out. It was just an African-American superstition. I wonder because I believe Kwanzaa, you jump over the broom. Like you jump the broom, I think it's called. So I wonder if it has ties to brooms being lucky or I don't know. I'm curious. If you find out why, let me know. And Luna has water tonight. Nothing wrong with that. Let's see. Rebecca says, I try not to give too much power to superstitions. However, I have a lot of bad luck. So I don't know. I've always been like superstitious to a point. Not to where it would keep me from leaving the house, something like that. But I definitely do little, like rituals, I guess, that would be superstitious. And I definitely like if there's certain things that happen during, a sports game and my team's doing well, I will make sure those things keep happening. Like I remember one game where every time I went into the kitchen, the Eagles scored. So I like spent the day in the kitchen and they wound up winning, but it was like, I'm afraid to walk back into the living room because they're going to lose the game. And of course it has nothing to do with me, but it's kind of like, I guess they kind of make us feel more in control of our paths if we can do these little things to control our luck, as it were. So that's probably why it started. Let's see. Oh, this sounds interesting. I had a Colombian juice tonight called Hit Mora, and it's blackberry. That sounds interesting. Babylon says, if I ever step on a clump of clover, I always apologize. Are you apologizing to the clover? Like lucky clover, like shamrocks, or like clover like Eeyore eats? Because there's like clovers, and then there's like, because that's what Eeyore eats, right? He eats clover. It's just noodles, Michael. You're eating maggots, Michael. How do they taste? I love this movie. All right, I got a cough. I'm sorry. Oh gosh, I'm like 99% better, but I'm still not over whatever this cootie is. Um, so please excuse any sniffles and coughs that I may have tonight. And if you have any superstitions I can use to get rid of them, pass it along, please. Let's see. Um, my daughter told me the other day not to step on a crack or I'll break my mom's back. I said, okay, but only if you do because I'd love to have a few weeks in bed. She wasn't having it. That's so funny. I remember when my kids were little saying the whole thing about not to step on a crack or I was like, you'll break my back, and we were like, oh, where did that come from, and talking about parking lots and having the cracks in them. And I said something about wondering where the first crack was formed and everything. And my youngest, without missing a beat, and she must have been like 6, was like, in Adam's butt. I said, that's my child. Those are my genes right there. I was so proud. Uh, let's see. So Cody says, Google says it would bring them bad luck or stop them from getting married in African American. And in Hispanic, if it's a single woman, it would bring a bad omen for her romantic prospects. Okay, so you were basically sweeping her love life away on her feet, I guess. I think all that matters is that she believed it, because that's how a lot of these superstitions work, is it's whatever you believe, you're going to put that energy out there. So the fairy folk clover, I don't know this. I'm definitely going to have to look this up to learn more about it. That's pretty cool. I've never heard of fairy folk clover. And Babylon says, I never whistle in the woods. It's an old native superstition. Interesting. I guess because you're letting everyone and everything know you're there, so you don't want to draw attention to yourself because you could get attacked. So Severian says, my mother used to freak out when I was a kid, and I would say things like, I wish I could see a tornado, because she thought that could somehow make it happen. All right, now granted, when you were a kid, we didn't get tornadoes around here, but now we do. So see, maybe I would never in a million years say your mom was right about anything, but we do get tornadoes now, and we didn't when you were a kid. So you may be more powerful than you think. And Cody says, whistling at night brings spirits and other entities. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. You got to watch out for that, because you don't know who you're summoning. And definitely Babylon and Luna are having a conversation. Check out Babylon's music. So put your link to your YouTube page if you can, Babylon, so everybody can check out your stuff, because that would be awesome. I like what Rebecca says. If you hear a whistle in the woods, especially at night, no, you didn't. Just get the heck home. I love that. That is awesome. That reminds me of, did you guys watch Last of Us, the second season? If you didn't, I don't want to say why whistling in the woods made me think of that. I don't want to spoil anything for anybody, but there was definitely some whistling going on in that show. But yeah, I can't believe that's over. I'm kind of lost for shows right now, because it seemed like between Last of Us, Handmaid's Tale, there were so many things that were out, and all the seasons are done. And I power watched it, I power watched everything. So I'm kind of like, I'm watching like Sister Wives now, and I'm not really watching it. I have it on when I'm working. But what are you guys into right now? What are you watching? Somebody, one of my friends brought up Black Mirror earlier today, and I still have not watched that, but I've heard really good things about that show. So I'm adding that to my list. I feel like Severian's always telling me I need to watch things, and I never do. I'm really bad at that. But if you give me some suggestions, I will definitely add them to the list. Welcome back, Lucy. Of things to check out. I'm trying to think what else is going on. I was watching Gordon Ramsay has a new show out called uh what is it? It's Secret, I just spell out of my head. Like secret sauces in my head. That's not what it is. Um but anyway, he's like going into restaurants when they're closed and checking it out and all that. So I've kind of gotten into that. And I do like Master Chef. I like cooking competitions, which really, really made me sad when I heard that Amber L died yesterday, because she was on a lot of cooking competition shows that I really enjoyed. And she was only 55. So that's way too young. Um, but yeah, I'm looking for some lighthearted or things that I can get into and be like, no, because um, there's what is the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. Okay, I don't even know how I tripped across that first season, like because it's ridiculous. Like it's it's absolutely ridiculous. But I got sucked into the first season. So then when there was a second season coming out, I'm like, oh, oh, oh. So I'm all excited to check it out. It's 20 episodes. They released 10 of them now. They didn't say that. They released 10. The other 10 are coming out in the fall. So now I'm in like Mormon limbo, waiting for the next 10 episodes to come out. Um, all right, Luna's rewatching Supernatural and Stargate. I have not seen either of those shows. I've heard great things about Supernatural, so I need to put that on my radar. And Tanya's watching Animal Kingdom on Netflix. So is that like is that a show, or is that like I hear Animal Kingdom and I think of like Discovery Channel type stuff? Oh, oh, okay. I, this description, I am interested. Lots of nudity, cussing, drug use, and is kind of graphic. So keep the youngsters out of the house while watching. Sold. I'm in. Speaking of story or shows that I was like super excited are back. Who remembers Taxi Cab Confessions from HBO? And when I say back, I don't mean that they're redoing it. I mean they are putting the old episodes on HBO Max. I just found out, hot take from my oldest right before the show started. And apparently, out of 33 episodes of Real Sex, 30 have been found because they've been lost all of this time. So while they're not back on HBO yet, I am excited that maybe they will be, because I loved that show and it needs to come back. Let's see here. Lizzie says, my dad and I have been watching Bones and the Orville. I've heard of both of them, but I haven't watched either of those. Um, so if you want to put a quickie description in so I can let everybody know what they're about, that would be awesome. And everybody send good luck vibes and love to Kyler for his interview tomorrow. Yay! You got this. I have faith in you. You got this. Okay. Babylon says, rewatching Stranger Things, Supernatural, and The Vampire Diaries. Love Stranger Things. Can't wait for the next season of that to come out, even though everybody's like 50 now. I'm just kidding. But it just seems like the kids have gotten older and older and older and older. Okay, so what was it? It was Animal Kingdom is a show about a crime family loosely based on a real family in Australia. Awesome. And Luna says, just need real sex. Yes, I'm hoping that comes back. All right, Babylon, I see you. Tatiana Quickie for everybody. Cheers. Tatiana. Let's see here. Oh, Lucy says, I have a book for you to read. My friend is an author like you. Awesome. And she just put out a cute little book you could read, and it's heartwarming, called Letters I Wish Dad Wrote by Sheila Sullivan. Oh, I will definitely check that out. And everybody check out Lucy's friend's book. That is awesome. Very, very cool. I can't wait to see what that's about. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, Luna says Bones is great. She's an anthropologist that helps the FBI with cases. Okay, I have seen commercials for that, but I've never seen that show. And Bones is a crime drama, and Orville is Seth MacFarlane's comedy-ish. Oh yes, version of Star Trek. I have seen ads for that. Okay, I know what that is. Awesome. Oh my gosh. And Lucy's friend has written other books. She's actually a corporate attorney. You know what? We all need something that is like away from what we have to do for work or the things that we have to do. Even if you enjoy your job, it's good to have a different hobby, a different way to spend your time that is strictly for you because it brings you joy. So I'm glad that um, she's writing, like that has nothing to do with being a corporate attorney. I'm assuming that her books are unrelated. So that's really good. I'm glad that she can do that. That's awesome. Hey, Johnny. Hugs, buddy. Thanks for hopping on. It's good to see you on here. Um, that's really cool. And I love that so many of my friends are so creative, whether it's movies, whether it's music, whether it's writing, whether it's cooking, whether it's volunteering. Like there's so many things that you can do that will like warm your heart. And whether it's your personal passion and you're working on something in that way, whether it's helping out other people, like there's really just so much really cool stuff to do. And that's what was funny. We started with Friday the 13th because I spent my Friday the 13th giving blood, which is something that I like to do anytime that I can. You know, sometimes I go and my hemoglobin's too low, or like right before, like I was really like sending up all the good juju that I would wake up Friday and not sound like, and thankfully I didn't. So I was able to give blood, and then it, whatever this is, came back. So the universe was like, no, 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 you're going to be good to do this, and then we're going to deal with it some more. So I used to give platelets every 2 weeks, but they started wrecking my arms, like from my shoulder to my wrist would be dark purple. And so I'm like, yeah, I don't know what's going on inside. If the outside's looking like this and it's not supposed to, So then I started doing Power Red, which, if you're not familiar, is basically a double donation. And I like Power Red because they take the red blood cells out, but they put everything else back in with saline, so you're not as drained afterwards. And then the other is whole blood, which is, if you're like, I'm just going to go give blood, that's a whole blood. So I went Friday and I had signed up for Power Red, and your hemoglobin needs to be 13.3 to give Power Red, and mine was 13.2. So whole blood it was, because I was eligible for that. But I'm like, I wish it was like 10. You know what? It looked, not that I wouldn't have been able to give blood, but like 12.2. Because then, it's like, well, I really wasn't close. But to be 0.1 off, aggravating. But I was glad to be able to do that also. So that's something, if you've never thought of doing before, it can help out all kinds of people. And like a lot of people think it's just for emergencies or car accidents, but babies in NICUs, like elderly people, like there's a lot of people that need it all the time. So that's my little PSA right now. Let's see here. Luna called me a reverse vampire. Yeah. Got my Lost Boys. I'm the found girl. I'm like giving blood instead of taking it. Let's see here. Oh, Kyler's got thick blood. I have a friend who has thick blood. And actually, her doctor told her to donate blood because that would help to regenerate it better. So something to think about. Talk to your doctor about it. Awesome. Go, Annie, go. Johnny and Annie have been redoing their house, and it looks fantastic. So if you have not seen the pictures yet, check them out because they look incredible. Awesome. Lucy's able to help out so many other people. That is excellent. I love it. And let's see here. Lizzie says, I got to donate once before they changed the rules. I lived in Germany too long in the 80s and may carry mad cow. That makes me so angry because how long ago was that, first of all? Like, does mad cow live in you forever? This is dumb. Second, they test it all anyway. Like, that's really stupid. There's a lot of the rules that I'm just like, sure. Like, they're testing it. They're not like taking you on your word that, I always love the one that's like, have you recently had sex with someone who was paid for sex? And I'm just like, if he is, he's not telling me. Like, I think I would like to know if that was a side hustle of my husband's. But you say no. How do they know it's a no? They don't know. They have to test it. So I think it's just ridiculous. Luna had a question for me. Let's see. Okay. I have a weird question. Did you ever talk through some of your writing ideas with someone before starting? Yes. Yes. I talked to several people because I wanted to get feedback on what people would be interested in hearing about. Because sometimes I get really excited about something and I think it's really great and it's awesome. And then it's that way to me, but not a larger audience. So definitely it's good to get feedback from people, especially people that are going to be honest with you. You don't want to just ask people that are going to be like, yes, that's, like you want honest opinions. And sometimes that's good for, the social media can be good for that, like in different groups and all, like just to get feedback, like, and then people that don't know you can tell you what they think rather than just the people that know you and are happy for you and want, like be like, hey, so Severian actually was the first person to read my book other than me. So I was very happy for feedback because he'll tell me the truth. That's awesome. Let's see. Kyler says, I don't know. It's always a dark red when I bleed, and the doctors and nurses are like, that's interesting. But I drink plenty of water and I'm healthy. I would try, because that might settle things down. Because, like I said, my friend whose blood is really thick was told to donate to kind of like help, and it's every 56 days, I believe. So give it a go. And if it doesn't work, they'll let you know, but maybe there's somebody out there who also has thick blood that needs a donor. You never know, right? But I would talk to your doctor about it, or like, let them know. Oh, fun fact too. The thing I always hated the most about giving blood was the hemoglobin, because it's a finger stick and they always get you right in the pad of your finger when it's like, no, you're supposed to do it on the side so it doesn't hurt as bad. When I went Friday, they don't do that anymore. No more finger sticks, at least not in this area. It's like a little cuff and it goes on your thumb and it's like, it just like tightens up and then loosens up and then tightens up and loosens up. And it goes on for a couple minutes, but it's so much better than getting the finger prick. And then they've got to take care of biohazard stuff. Like, I mean, they already have plenty of biohazard trash, but it's added biohazard stuff that they don't have to do anymore. I was excited. So that is like change in blood donation technology, which I am here for. But it was just really funny because it was like I had the blood pressure cuff on and the thumb cuff, and they're taking my temperature. I'm just like, all the things, it was really funny. But yeah, so look into it. You never know who you might be helping. And to me, it's always, if I need it, I want it to be available. So I kind of feel like I'm filling that karmic bank a little bit too. Maybe I'm superstitious. Nope, you don't have to prick your finger anymore, Kyler, not for giving blood. It's only to check your hemoglobin. So I don't know for like diabetics or what, like I'm sure that sugar is a different animal. So I don't know how that would work. But for hemoglobin, for blood donation, they have that new thing that this was the first time that I've seen it. So it was pretty exciting. I don't know why So Severian said Schmigel, but that's another story in Everything I Need to Know I Learned in Go-Go. Um, so, so if you've not heard the Schmigel story, that's a good one. You have to get a copy of my book to check that out, and you can get your copy at learnedingogo.com. Um, so Babylon said, "What type do you guys have?" I'm O positive. I am also a type O hero, so the vampires are after me a lot because they love that type O blood. Luna says, "My ex-husband was diabetic and donated plasma. Excellent. I want to find out how to do that because the Red Cross, at least here, doesn't do plasma unless you're AB. And as O, they won't do that. But then they told me that they take it when they do the platelets. So I'm like, okay. But then I have another friend that donates it and gets paid for it. So I'm like, well, where does that happen? Like, there's just so much information floating around. But all right, and Lizzie is O plus also. Very cool. Rebecca's AB positive. Interesting. O is universal, but like O plus is I think O negative's like the one, but like O plus is also for like you can donate to just about anybody can use your blood if you're O plus. If you're AB negative, you can use anybody's blood, but they can't all use yours. Okay, and Luna's stepmom's O negative, type O negative. I almost wish I was just to say that I'm type O negative, but O positive's cool too. I'm sorry, I got a cough again. I'm going to mute it so it's not in you guys' ears. Okay, sorry about that. I want to, okay, let me look up the difference between O, oops, not zero. Hello, dumbass. All right, O positive and O negative blood types. Okay. So the difference is your RH factor in your blood. So the presence or absence, positive has RH factor protein, negative does not. O plus blood can be donated to individuals with O positive or O negative blood, while O negative is considered the universal donor and can be transfused to individuals with any blood type. Okay. So maybe, yeah, O plus, O positive is a more common blood type than O negative. Interesting. So I thought you could donate to anybody with O positive, but I guess not. And Luna's A positive, and okay, Lucy, AB positive DRH factor. What does that mean? I've never heard of that. Mortimer says I'm dusty, musty positive. You don't have any blood anymore. Yeah, I don't know what the D is for. Stop it. I'm talking about blood, you guys. I know how you all are. But yeah, if wait, where is it? Yeah, type O negative, like definitely is the one that they would probably come to your house and take your blood if you have, because they could use that for everybody. Yeah, AB positive DRH factor. I'm gonna look that up because I'm so curious. AB positive DRH. Okay, O negative blood lacks the RHD. Okay, so is it just RHD and you're AB positive? Let's see. I'm so confused with this blood, but if you can donate, please donate. And if you just go to let me see, I have the app, but it's redcrossblood.org, and you can find, because they have like blood drives, like mobile ones, all over the place, so you might be able to find one close to you. We actually have donor centers around here, so you can go there too. All right, me and my Lost Boys shirt needs to stop talking about blood. Okay, so let's go to a different body fluid. Settle. Some of you may have seen um, my posts that I posted just a little bit um, before the show tonight, where I was talking about watching Wheel of Fortune tonight. So I went to college in southeastern Kentucky, and the next town over was Pineville. So Pineville, Kentucky is known for the Chained Rock. So what it is the town sits inside like a giant flood wall, but then up on the mountain is this big boulder. And the townspeople were afraid that this big boulder was going to fall off of the mountain and come down and crush the town. So you might think, well, man, what did they go up and like chip away at this rock to make it go away? Did they, like blow it up with dynamite? No, they stuck a chain to it. Because obviously when a humongous boulder falls out of the side of a mountain, a big old chain's going to keep it swinging there, I guess, like a pendulum. So that's called the Chained Rock in Pineville, Kentucky. So my friends and I used to go to Chained Rock because you could hike up the side of the mountain. It was beautiful. I mean, it's gorgeous, gorgeous country. But of course, this being 1993, 1994, and you're going up to the top of this big rock. I mean, they didn't have bathrooms around. You're up in the woods. So, I had to pee. And I just went on the big chain rock because, So somewhere there's a VHS tape of me talking about peeing on the chained rock. So on Wheel of Fortune tonight was a woman from Pineville, Kentucky. And I was like, Pineville, I know Pineville. That's where Chained Rock is. Look at this woman's name. I could not make this up. Now, first of all, nobody could have possibly named their kid Piddle, right? Like, you would never name your kid Piddle. And if that's what you go by, is that what you go by on national television? Why would you say your name is Piddle? I mispeed myself again. I was laughing so hard. I'm like, oh my goodness. Yay. So yeah, that was an interesting thing. So that made me think, what are some interesting nicknames that either you have gone by or that you have had a friend that went by? Like good old Piddle. So, oh no, I peed on the rock, Luna, not Piddle. Piddle just piddles about, I guess. All right, Babylon, Chained Rock. I remember Tatiana used to swing on that chain, piddle diddle. All right, cheers to you, sir. That's so funny. Oh, goodness. Oh, uh-oh, I missed a lot. Wait, is Lucy being morbid? Wait a minute. So it says, let's see. Selena says, if they have the best blood, does that mean their organs accept some that need to be exact or universal? That's a very good question. It absolutely could. And Lizzie says, I knew a girl that was a mosquito magnet, and it turned out she had wildly uncontrolled diabetes. That's kind of scary. Oh my goodness. Let's see here. Oh, this is what, if they kept sinning, that's what was going to happen. Wait. What's going to happen? I missed it. Oh no. Please donate and share like a good vampire. Okay. That's good advice. I missed what the sitting was about. But we're on to nicknames now. So let's see. Uh, do, do, do. Nomer used to be a nickname along with Hammer and Rabbit. Okay. They're not that bad. That's not a piddle. So that's good. One of my friends that I was up at Shade Rock with had the nickname Puddinhead and would actually answer to it. And to this day, I still call him Puddin or Puddinhead. Um, oh, that's a cute one. My ex husband called me Sweets, and I always love that. That's a cute one. Let's see. Nicole told her little daughter to call me Skeet Skeet. I feel like I remember that. Let's see. I bet Mortimer had a few good nicknames. He had a lot of years to rack them up there. And oh yeah, nothing's worse than having a name that people make fun of. Like that's terrible. Oh, I hate that. And that sucks. Especially like if you're a kid, so you can't like change it, and you can say, "I go by this," but like I've had teachers that would refuse to call me, like what I go by and like go by what they decided they had to call me, and that's not right. Like, come on now. As long as you're not saying call me piddle, you know. Okay, my boyfriend's nickname is Bell Witch. I'm guessing for you. Let's see. Oh. I thought you meant boyfriend. I think you mean best friend. Okay. That makes more sense. Uh no, you did not. Lucy went to school with a girl named Christmas Tree. Why would you do that to a child? That is terrible. Babylon says the girls used to call me no butt in school until I did, then they all wanted to grab it. You grew a butt out of spite. That's hilarious. Um, I nicknamed my friend Boop, Boop, Boop. One tone, then two lower tones. Boop, Boop, Boop. Because he was hiding, calling 911 when his mom fought off robbers. Oh my gosh. Lucy says there were 8 people in her family and they all had tree names. So you're like birch and maple and oak, and then you get to be Christmas? Or is somebody family tree and somebody's coat tree and so that's terrible. That is absolutely horrible. Shame on those parents. Um, Lizzie says, wildest name I went to school with was a girl whose parents named her Sparkle. That's a stripper name. That's like you're just carving the path for that. And Babylon grew up with a girl named Morning Glory. That's kind of like a hippie name. That one I can see. Um, so Severian says that's the same guy we still call J3X. Luna's cousin is Jasmine Star. That sounds like an actress. Um, okay, so Severian's friend they called J3X. It says because he went from Jimmy two times, when he made the mistake, he made twice a third time. Oh my gosh, one of the kids is Fir Tree. At least, okay, I was going to say Douglas. I was going to say at least name him Douglas, not Fur. That's crazy. I heard of somebody whose name, like, their parents had been trying and trying and trying and trying to have kids and couldn't, so that when they finally wound up pregnant with her, her name is Tis a Miracle. One word. Tis a Miracle. No, you can call her your miracle. You can even name her Miracle, but Tis a Miracle? That's just silly. Let's see. The first day of high school, one of my teachers asked if I was Doorknob's sister. My older sister had a reputation for everyone having a turn. The teacher called your sister doorknob. That's bad enough when the kids are saying it. Oh, damn. That's not right. Oh my gosh. Panda bear. That's cute. Lizzie says, I always kind of wished I had a hippie name, but my parents were adamant we had serious names that would be taken serious as adults. And I can get that. Like, like in the Lost Boys, what's your name? Star. Oh, your parents too. What do you mean? Hippies. I came this close to being called Moonbeam or Moonchild, something like that. It all comes back to the Lost Boys. Let's see. Mortimer says, I knew a guy from school we called Mr. WTF because he wasn't a student and slept in the school's dumpster. That's dangerous. Just a dude just sleeping in the school dumpster? That's not good. Babylon says, I had a cousin named Junebug. That's cute. Do you want me to call you Homer instead of Babylon? I can do that. Whatever you want. And Luna says I was named after Rue. Okay. Oh, named after Erica Kane from All My Children. She was awesome. Is that show? No, All My Children's gone. I think General Hospital's still on, but is All My Children gone too? Or is that still on? Because I know some of the soaps have survived, but most of them have gone bye-bye. But yeah, I never, there was a little period of time that I watched All My Children. I was definitely One Life to Live and General Hospital. But then in college, one of my friends watched All My Children and one of them watched Days of Our Lives. So we'd watch every other day. We'd watch one. So I was familiar with Erica Kane. And of course, most of us know Susan Lucci and her years and years and years of being snubbed at the Emmys. I think she finally did get one. So good on Erica Kane. But yeah, I miss the soaps because the daytime TV shows are awful. Like when we were kids, if you had to stay home sick from school, it was like Price is Right. And it was like the shows like Too Close for Comfort and stuff were on. I remember one called It's a Living about a bunch of cocktail waitresses, but that would be on if you got to stay home sick from school. You'd watch like Tic Tac Doe and Joker's Wild, and that was cool. Now we still have Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune, obviously, because if it wasn't for Wheel of Fortune, I would have missed Miss Piddle. She was a trip too. She was really cool. I was very happy she was on there. But now we were just watching, there was an ad for something, I think it's called The Wall, and it's Plinko. It's Plinko from Price is Right, but they turned it into its own show. And The Floor, which I only watched this season because Brian O'Halloran from Clerks was on, and I kind of got sucked into it. I'm not going to lie. The premise is really, really simple. It's just everybody on the floor has a subject that they're an expert in, whether it's they decided they were an expert or they went to school for it. And then they face off against somebody else and they show pictures of whatever in that field and you have to name what it is. It's very, very simple, but try to keep up. Having it hit your brain and out of your mouth that fast is kind of hard. So I kind of got into that. I absolutely love Wheel of Fortune too, Luna. I have always loved Wheel of Fortune. And it's crazy that it's been on for over 40 years. I think Pat Sajak was the host for 43 years when he retired. And it was on before he joined. So that's crazy. I love Golden Girls. My youngest and I have watched it from the beginning to the end a few times already. And we still put it on whenever it's on. Love it, love it, love it. Do not understand why they are all dressed for winter when they live in Miami, especially Bea Arthur in her snow boots. Don't get that. But I love Golden Girls. And yeah, Price is Right with Bob Barker. Bob was the man. That was awesome. Okay, I think Babylon's trying to fool me here. My ex-mother-in-law was named Aura Lee Speak. For real, say it out loud. Orally speak. That's a terrible name. Uh, and then Mortimer says about Piddle, I wonder if her husband's name is Mr. Piddly Dicker. I don't think she mentioned having a husband. But you know what? I hope that whoever she's with, even if she's just by herself, she's having a wonderful life because she was an absolute delight on the show. I just like, I walked in from the other room and I looked at my daughter and I looked at the screen. I'm like, does that say Piddle? Like, I thought I was, my contacts were fuzzy and I wasn't reading it right. But then I had to take a picture. When she said she was from Pineville, Kentucky, I cracked up. That was so funny. Maybe she does piddly dicks on her own. That's her business. It was Dick Piddle. Oh my God. You guys. We're going to have a bunch of new nicknames for everybody. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm trying to think of there was a kid we used to call Pliers, but that was for mean reasons. But like nicknames that people actually like accepted. Not just that the ones that they didn't know that they had. Because there's a lot of people have nicknames that have no idea that they have those nicknames. Like Schmegel. Like So Severian mentioned earlier. Schmegel, I don't think ever realized that we called her Schmegel even when we hung up a picture of Schmegel in her locker in the dressing room. I don't think she got it. I don't think she figured it out. I used to nickname this girl Brick. All right, please share with the class why you would nickname her Brick. And Luna's cousin is Smorgy. That's kind of cute. Smorgy's not bad. I don't know why. I'll have to ask and get back to you about it. Cool. And I think, yeah. All right, Color's going to sleep. Good luck tomorrow. Sending you good juju. Love you and thank you for hopping on here. Remember stupid houses. Yeah, we used to say she said that all the time. She's, oh, yeah. Let's see. Because trying to have a conversation was easier with a brick. That's great. I love it. And Babylon says, how many puddles could a piddler piddle diddle if a piddle diddle could? And there you go. Smeagol was seriously outstandingly dumb. Nope. Her blender did not go all the way up to puree, that one. She was, and like sometimes there's people that are pretty, they're not smuck and fart at all, but they're endearing. There's something about them that even though they're, they're a little slow, but they're, their heart's in the right place. And like they have other redeeming qualities. Smeagol did not. Not one. So, so I don't feel bad calling her Schmeagol. Lucy doesn't have a nickname. Oh, I'm sorry. We'll have to see if one naturally comes about because you definitely don't want to force a nickname because that makes me think of the Big Bang Theory when Howard wanted the other astronauts to call him Rocket Man and he kept trying to drop hints so that they would call him Rocket Man. And then his mom yelled from the other room asking if he wanted Fruit Loops. So they all started calling him Fruit Loops. Oh, goodness. Let's see. Oh, no. This was a dancer I worked with that we called Schmeagol. She looked exactly like Schmeagol with waist length, dirty blonde hair. So Severian can back that up. 100%. Mm-hmm. Mortimer says one of my nicknames was the Crow Guy, and I like how Luna just said Eric. Not from the Crow, I think, because Mortimer has some crows around. Yeah, Smeagol was a nickname for a dancer who had stringy hair. That's not why we called her that, though. It was because her face looked like Gollum. 100%. And she would, decide that a customer was hers, and you'd go around to say hi to the customer, and she'd be like, it's like, my precious. So, a couple different reasons why. But yeah. And bulgy eyes. I'm not a smart man, but Jenny was a hoochie mama, as Bubba would say. I love Forrest Gump. So Severian says, and greasy looking and not in a hot on purpose way. In a I haven't showered in weeks way. Hysterical. Oh, because he used to look like Brandon Lee. I thought because don't you have a crow? Is it a crow? No, I'm thinking of the buzzard. I got my wires crossed. I'm sorry. No, I was thinking I knew you had um the it's a buzzard, right? That hangs out by your place. I was thinking it was a crow and that's why. So I got corn fused, which is better than me and corn hold. Okay. Let's see here. I do not have a pic of the dancer, but but Lucy's asking what Schmegel looks like. So let me see if I can load one up real quick here. Schmegel. Yes, come on, Google search. Images. Oh, here's a good one. Hold on 1 second. Let me just save it. And then I can share it. Work it. Own it. Oh, shoot. It's not going to let me save it from here. Poop. Share. This stinks. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can find another one because it's being a butt. Can I save you? Save link. Save image. Here we go. Sorry, I can't see you guys while I'm doing this, so let me just put in Schmegel. And then come here and quickie load this up. All right, Lucy, hold on to your butt. Let me see if let me see if this will work. Dang it, it's the wrong type. All right. I'm not giving up on this. You have to see what the Smiggle looks like. Why did it let me save it if it won't let me save it? Save image as. Here we go. We got a JPEG. We're good. Dun, dun, dun. All right, here we go. So picture this person up on stage dancing to, let's see, she liked Picture by Kid Rock. She liked What Hurts the Most, like very slow because she would just walk back and forth. And then she would like come out and she'd grab the customers and be like, he's mine, they're precious. Yeah. Yep. There she is. She had better hair. But yeah, like she was not a nice person. So yeah, there's stories about her in here. So let's see. Yes, that's right. The vulture was Mortimer. Your black vulture. I'm telling you, I am like so brain fried. Let's see. Babylon says Schmegel was always looking for the one ring and a shit ton of copper wire along with mini fins. Oh my goodness. Yes, exactly. You remember the stories. Yep. We want this $2. And me and my friend would walk around and like she'd, say something to us and we'd be like, she is tricksy, she is false, and we'd like run away. But oh my goodness. Oh good. I'm gonna get a voice message from Schmegel. I can't wait because I know it's gonna be hilarious. But yeah, like I said, some people are not as attractive as other people. And that's fine if you're not a raging dickhead. That's the problem I have. Not that she looked like that she was an asshole. So that's my thing. It just made it easier to give her a nickname because she really did look like Gollum. Um, but we would not have called her that if she wasn't an asshole. And to find out the things that she did, read the book. Um, yeah, let's see here. She did provide decades of entertainment. This is true. Yeah. Just not the way she was trying to. Yep. And I hope that she's, I mean, that was 20 something years ago. I hope that she's turned her life around and is successful and kind now. So, ooh. Oh, that was my voice message. It just went ding in my ears. Let's see. Yes, her aura was ugly. Exactly, Babylon. Exactly. She's not very nice. So, yes, it has two. I believe it was Gollum first, and then something happened to it, and it became Schmeagol. I still need to read the Lord of the Rings series. I've seen some of the movies, but I don't know the story that well. So, yeah, dick aids of entertainment, 100%. Yes, I love it. So I need to add Lord of the Rings to my list as well because I know that's classic books. Dongs of the Damned. That can be an excellent new book series. You never know. You never know what's going to take off. So start writing. Let's see. Oh, Lucy just now figured out how to see everyone's conversation. Well, good, because I cannot ever find the comments on YouTube. Never, never, never. I don't know where they get hidden. I am constantly asking my children to find them for me because I can't find them. Like on a video that's been posted. Nope. Used to be easy. Now they make it hard. But let's see. Exactly. Dongs of the Damned would be a great X-rated movie. I think it'd be like horror porn would be fantastic. So they can show it on HBO Max after they bring back real sex. Oh, there you go. I'm going to write it and Homer can be my cover art star. I missed the cover art part there. I thought you were like giving him a role. I love it. All right. Well, guys, we are past my normal time, but I've been having so much fun that it's been wonderful. And you guys are so hilarious. I love hanging out with you every Wednesday. Um, oh, there you go. You can make a cartoon of Dongs of the Damned. You have my sword, you have my axe, and yes, Schmeagol, we have your crabs. Oh, I'm sorry, Lucy. You've been alone. You've only seen your own comments. Well, for next week, you'll know. You'll know where to see everybody's, which is awesome. But you guys make my Wednesday every week, and I really appreciate you hopping on with me. It's always so much fun, and I was glad I was able to share the Piddle story. That was something that like literally came about an hour before the show. When I saw it, I'm like, oh, I have to take a picture and tell the story of the chained rock in Pineville because it was so fun. And maybe I will see if I can find that VHS tape. Although I don't have a VCR, but I'm sure I can borrow one from somebody and see if I can find the the video because it was so funny. Like college age Sid with my green hair. It was another time, but now we got to worry about. I could dye that green. That'd be interesting. Maybe I will. But thank you guys for hopping on here with me. It has been a blast. And as always, today's program has been brought to you by Everything I Need to Know I Learned in Go-Go. How a Preacher's Daughter Pole Danced Her Way to Finding Her True Self, which you can pick up at learnedingogo.com. Paperback and ebook available. Yeah, lime green. Like, that's that. Why not? I've done blue, I've done green, I've done purple. Um, just like that song in my head. I don't know what song. I might do it. I have to wait until after I do the next episode of the Red Huntress. So I don't want to have green hair to, I'd have to cover it back up again. But I might do it. Why not, right? It's just hair. You never know. But oh, loves you too, Lucy. How you're singing zombie in my head. Yeah, see, isn't ADHD fun? I'm just like do, 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 do. But anyway, what I was saying was thank you. I appreciate you guys joining me tonight. And remember that when life comes at you, you always have to hit it head on, just jump up, fight for your life. Because when you stick your head in the sand, you think you're hiding, but the rest of the world just sees a big ass. Love ya.